So I've got this older EZGO golf cart. It's a 2005 36 volt system using lead acid batteries, and lead acid batteries are pretty well shot at this point. I priced out what it would cost to replace them myself, and it's about $1,300, and that seems a little hefty, so I'm gonna wing it and see if I can make this thing run on lithium ion or lithium phosphate batteries as a cheaper and longer lasting alternative. So I'll dig into this and we'll see how it goes. Right now I've got six volt lead acid batteries, which are not lasting anymore, and I'm going to replace those with three 12 volt 100 amp lithium batteries that I found on Amazon. All right, so far I've removed all the cables connecting the batteries. As I mentioned, I zip tied together the ones that go to positive and to negative from the controller and motor and charger line, just to make sure I don't reverse those or something silly like that. But as you can see, there's no cables left on these batteries. I also removed the bracket that holds them down, and so now they're ready to lift up and take out of this thing. A lot of the nuts and cables seem to be in decent condition. I'll probably reuse some of that. Okay, so there's all the batteries, old ones out. See, so tie down bolts were pretty rusted through. Amazing they didn't snap off when I took the nuts off of them. But there's the old lead acid ones. And now, after a little wire brushing on the inside of the battery tray, if you will, I've got three lithium batteries in there. The old hold down wouldn't work because the battery's a little shorter, but I have these straps that I strap them down with. They're just, you know, they're not winch straps, just pull straps. And I pretty tight this way, tight that way. I can't get them to move really at all. This one, I was having a little trouble with the forward side lifting a little bit, so I added this extra little just bungee cord. But most of the work is done by these two red tie downs. And what else? They fit in there nicely. I did put a little bit of the foam packaging material that came with the batteries in between the batteries, so when I winched them down with the straps, that they weren't up against each other. Got a little cushion in between them. So anyway, so that's where we're at. So I got everything done except for hooking up the wires, so that'll be next. So if I'm going to reuse the charging end, this is my old lead acid charger. Took it apart, and it looks like the flat side of the charger is where the red cable is. I'm assuming that's the hot or positive line. Their side's blue, which I don't know, I suppose that could be a negative or something, but we'll see what the new charger looks like in terms of its wires. Maybe we can splice them in here and here so we keep the same ends. I don't know, we'll mess around with it, see what we get. So I didn't actually video finishing the splicing of the new lithium charger into the end of my old lead acid battery charger. This is that old lead acid battery charger. It's like a D shape that EZGO uses, and I wanted to be able to use the same plug so it fits into the cart without having to modify that. So those are the tips that came on my lithium charger, and so I just clipped those off and spliced the wires into this guy, and seems like it's working good. So that fits nicely into the charging spot, and I can plug it into the wall. It's just a simple little lithium charger, but it seems so far so good. So I've gotten a little runtime on these batteries now. You see they're not as clean as they were when I first put them in. A few months anyway, and so they're strapped in there nicely. Seem like they pulled up pretty well. Each battery has its own little display on charge status. They're at 100% currently, so just got them charged up. And so far I've been really impressed. They're lighter weight than the old lead acid batteries. The cart gets up to full speed real quick. I don't know if the higher end is quicker, maybe a little bit since it's less weight, but they're really impressed so far. And in terms of saving money compared to lead acid, I got these batteries for under $200 each, so I'm basically switched over for about $600. Maybe another 20 or 30 for that charger. So feeling pretty good about it. One thing I did not do is find a way to hook up my headlights and my USB charger accessories that need the 12 volt. So I'm actually gonna just try dropping an old car battery in here and use that, charge it up as I need to, but just use that to keep the lights running and so forth. So I'll do that real quick here, and we'll see what happens with that. The other thing I thought was pretty slick is there's enough room next to the battery in this spot where actually I have a little cooler that fits in there real nicely. I'll show you that in a sec. So there you go. So I dropped my golf cart cooler in that spot next to the battery. Don't have to tie it down or anything. It rides in there nicely. I just get under the seat when I want to grab a cold beverage while I'm playing golf. Pretty slick. So this is an old car battery that I had laying around the garage, and basically just never remembered to take it back and return it after I bought a battery for one of my cars here a few years back. So right now I've got it on just a regular car charger. We're gonna see if it'll charge up to a full capacity and get to more, at least 12 volts out of the thing. And the idea again is to pop this in the golf cart and let that be the power source for headlights and USB charger type accessories we have on this old golf cart. And so now we have power to our 12 volt accessories, including the headlights there that you see are working. Got that old car battery charged up and strapped into place under the seat. I actually repurposed the charger tips from the Lithium Ion charger and use those to connect to the car battery to supply the power to the 12 volt accessories, USB charger, and the headlights. And so that's what she looks like, all done. Looks like we're good to go. Well, thanks for watching my video. Thought I'd take a minute and just do a quick debrief on the overall project. The whole idea was to get off of those lead acid batteries and go to the lithium ion batteries for this old golf cart, which we were successfully able to do. And I was pleasantly surprised to see that you could do it for about half the cost of the lead acid batteries. And they should be lower maintenance. The lead acid batteries always have to add water and keep those maintained. These lithium batteries should be essentially no maintenance. So it should be easier care, counting on lasting probably twice as long as what the other batteries lasted. And so yeah, so I'm thrilled so far. I think it was a great project. Let's see. One suggestion would be to certainly stay with the 100 amp batteries if you do this yourself. I've got a buddy that went with 30 amps on his conversion, and he needs a running start to get up a hill. So I think it was good to go with the 100 amp batteries. Of course, a lot of you have 48 volt systems. If you have a 48 volt golf cart that you want to switch over, basically the same project, just 4 batteries, 4 12 volt lithium batteries instead of 3. And so another couple $100 here for 800 instead of 600, but still a good investment. You can save some money compared to lead acid. So I thought it was a good move also that I decided to splice into the old EZGO charging plug so that I didn't have to modify anything on the golf cart and just charge the same way I always have in the past. And that's pretty good. So a couple things that we don't know yet. One is how long will the batteries really last? I'm counting on them to last at least 5 years, but we'll see. And the other thing too is, since I went with the car battery for the accessories, headlights, and so forth, I don't know how often I'll have to put a car charger on that battery just to keep that going. Don't use the headlights very often. It's just occasional time when you're at the club after dark. It's nice to be able to flip them headlights on for the way home. So I expect it to last a long time without charging, but we'll learn as we go on that. Anything I might have done differently? Not really, but you saw it gets a little dirty in the battery area. I didn't put anything under the batteries to protect them from water and mud splashing up underneath. So yeah, could have put something down in there, I suppose, but didn't. I won't change that now. And what else? And I suppose the tie downs, I didn't do anything real permanent with fasteners for tie downs on the batteries. I just used pull straps, but it seems secure enough. May not look pretty, but they seem secure, and that's really what matters. So I won't change anything there either. So overall, you know what, I'd say for winging this job and making it work and getting an outcome I'm very pleased with, let's call it a success. Thanks for watching. Give me a thumbs up if you like it. It's only my second YouTube video ever. Take care.